I'm live, so it tells me. I'm going to refresh my page. I'm trying to get in the middle. Where's the middle? Technical difficulties. Welcome, welcome. Just going to wait till some people start popping on. It's all exciting times. Hello, hello. Welcome, everyone. So, without further ado, welcome to my page, Creative Kicks with Amanda. I'm Amanda Holland, and I'm doing a quick little Facebook Live today on an interesting topic. Hey, Trish, how's it going? Thanks for coming on. So interesting topic today. When your greatest possibility is your biggest stopping point. What does that even mean? Well, I'll tell you. So I have a little story. I was one of the things I said, I'm going to tell a bit of a story about what happened, something that happened to me that was really weird. But it got me into question, which is a good thing. So many years ago, I was like trying to find my purpose in the world. I was in my 20s, and I really had, thought I should have had this figured out by now. I really, I've got it all. I have a good education. I'm smart. I'm pretty. Got a boyfriend. I should be able to do anything, but I just didn't feel like I knew what the hell to do with my life. Hey, John, thanks for coming on. And so I've been exploring some different things, like doing energy, getting some energy stuff. And I was working with this particular energy worker guy who did this energy release massage stuff. And it was really, really cool. Like I'd always go in and I'd feel really great and feel like something had opened up in my world. And then I'd go home and I wouldn't really know what to do with myself. And one time after this like really great session that I had, he said to me, Amanda, your life is a blank canvas and you can create anything you want on it. And it instantly sent me into this massive like panic. I know he said it to inspire me and to make me feel great and like I could do anything and I could be anything and sky's the limit, all that sort of stuff. And it's like in that moment, I looked at the world and what I saw as available, and I went, there's nothing in this for me. Like, I don't even know where to start. I felt like he'd handed me like a blank canvas and like a plastic box with like a green one that doesn't work and a green marker that doesn't work and a black one and nothing to wipe it out with. Like, I was just like, okay, you're talking like you've handed me the keys to the kingdom here, but I'm feeling like blank is like the most horrific thing ever. I needed a clue. I was like, I don't have a clue. And I was not excited about that. I was actually really, really depressed. And fast forward 10 years or so, not really depressed at all anymore. And one thing that I realized looking back at this, how great that actually was instead of looking at it from a negative thing, I realized that what I was aware of in that moment was actually really cool. That I had looked at what was around me in the world and what I saw and what I thought was, this blank canvas. I was looking to paint from what I'd seen that already existed around me, what I'd seen other people do, what I'd seen other people choose, what I'd seen other people create. And I was looking at what they did, how I could fit with what I saw that was already around. And I knew in that instant there was nothing that matched me, nothing that worked for me. And what that gave me was a sense that I did not fit in. And to me at that time, it was kind of horrifying because I didn't know what to do with that. And I felt like it was kind of like the end of the world. And that my life was over before it already began. And it really was kind of like this existential crisis. And what I didn't have at that time that I have now, tools and information that allowed me to look at that and go, okay, that is not a problem. That's actually freaking awesome. And the times in my life now where I am at that point and I'm like, I have no fucking clue. I have no clue who I am. I have no clue what I want. I have no idea where I want to go. That is something I've learned to celebrate, because it is exactly at that point that everything is possible, that there's more possible than ever before. And there is no mental way you can match it, because you're starting to step out of that. You're starting to step out of that comfort zone. You're starting to step out of that place and stretch to be more than you've ever been before. And that's actually brilliant. Now, what I said was I didn't have the tools to deal with that at the time. I was like, what do I do with this? And actually asking questions is the most great way to actually create with that. So what seems like this horrible blank or this place of like nowhere to go or having no clue is actually the moment of greatest possibility when you're willing to ask a question. So what questions did I learn to ask? Well, first of all, winding back a bit, like I said earlier, I started to recognize that actually having that blank and having no clue, first of all, I stopped judging that as bad. I stopped judging it as wrong, and I stopped judging me as wrong for not having the answers. Okay. I realized I'm really different. I don't fit in. So if I'm looking in the world around me and there's something I can't see, something that works for me, that is an acknowledgement that there is something else that I desire to create that maybe doesn't exist yet. And that is not a problem. That is really freaking cool. Okay, because if I can have the awareness that, okay, there is more, I know there's more, I have no idea what it is. If you ever have that moment, please know that you're having that moment because there is something that you can create. There is something that you can choose. Maybe you've never chosen it before. Maybe you have no reference point for it before. That's cool. That's fine. In fact, that's great. So first of all, celebrate it. Stop judging it. Stop judging you. Maybe start recognizing that you're actually really different. And if you are that different, then maybe having the target to fit in is not where you're going to find what makes you happy. And this is like I've spent so much of my life trying to figure out how I can do it this right way and fit in, like still be different and kind of weird, but still kind of fit in. And it doesn't really work. And so by acknowledging that, okay, this isn't wrong, this is actually great. And now what? Then we can go on to actually asking some questions. And one of the questions that I started asking myself was, what do I truly desire to create in the world? What would I like my life to be like? And I had to learn not to do this from a mental visualizing thing. And it takes a bit of courage to do that, because it's not about finding the answers and the to-do list and the thing to check off to get it right, or all the, get your power strip and get all your plugs and all your ducks in a row and all that sort of stuff. It's really not about that. It's the courage to really go beyond that, and function outside of the box that you see. The box. And when I talk about like the box, I mean, it's like to see everything else that's already been done and already been created and how other people are living their lives, knowing it doesn't work for you, but wondering, well, what else is there? And this is the thing, if you're willing to ask what else is there, like what else is there for me? And you're willing to go out there into the world with curiosity and explore, it will start to show up. You have to stop first. Like I said, stop judging you. Don't judge you as wrong. Don't judge that you have no clue as wrong. Realize it's great, celebrate it, and then ask a question. And I mean, what else is possible here for me? What else can show up for me that I've never considered before? That is a great question, especially when you have like no idea. What else is possible here for me that I've never considered before? And it's kind of like, it's like going into a stuffy old house and opening all the windows and doors and just going, okay, fresh air, come in. come in and blow some nice breeze through my life and see what else can show up. What if you energetically did that with your life and just went, okay, I'm just opening up. I'm just opening up all the windows and doors, and I'm airing out all the crap, and I'm now saying, okay, cool stuff, come my way, and be open to receiving it. That's a great start. And the other question that I already mentioned was, what would I like my life to be like? And get a sense of the energy. So it's not about what kind of car I'd like or what kind of house I'd like. It's more the energy. If I was driving in that car that I love, what would that be like for me and my body? If I was living in the house that I love, what would my life be like? When I woke up in the morning, how would I feel about my life? It's that energy that you have around your life. And I have to be honest, that was a difficult question for me to ask in the beginning. And for probably like the first 2 or 3 years, I would ask that question quite regularly. And the closest I can describe that energy when I ask the question, what would I like my life to be like, was like standing outside in like a big open field with the sun just shining on my face and just feeling peaceful and happy and relaxed and joyful. And it was just this, and that was the closest thing I could relate it to. It's when you go outside in the sun and you're just like, oh, this feels so good. and I acknowledged that was the energy. And then I started making choices in my life that matched that energy, no matter how big, no matter how small. So even if it was going outside and standing in the sun, or doing something really nurturing for me and my body, or going out in nature, or talking to a friend, or trying something different, trying something new, whatever it was, even if it was something that I was like, oh, okay, but if it had that energy underneath it, I'd go in that direction and I'd explore that. And that's how I started turning those horrible, blank, stop dead in my tracks. Oh my God, this is the end of the world. What is the meaning of life? I have no freaking idea. I'm just like, why am I here? Instead of going down that road, down that path, and judging myself as wrong and judging that blank canvas, no freaking idea, instead of judging it, I'd celebrate it and go, okay, from here, anything is possible. So, universe, show me what else is possible that I've never considered. And what would I really like my life to be like from the energy? If I was waking up every day, what would my energy be? How would I feel about life? How would I function in life? And really just from no other visualization, just that energy, that no matter what I was doing, I don't care what I'm doing, as long as I'm having a good time, as long as there is this energy that makes me feel vibrant and alive, that I'm generating more of that in my life. And then it's like throwing open all the windows and the doors, letting all the old crap out, and letting those opportunities and possibilities that match that to actually come in, inviting them in, being receptive and open to that. So that's just a few of the tools, just a few questions. But this was a big changing point for me. This is a big thing for me, and it's amazing how the simplest of tools or the simplest of question can really start to unravel that and change that. And so that, when you apply those tools, suddenly what seems like your biggest dead end, your biggest stopping point, your biggest stuck point, the biggest wrongest thing about you and your life is actually that point of greatest possibility, if you're willing to not judge it, and you're willing to ask a question, and you're willing to really energetically look into that and explore it and follow it more. So thanks for listening, everyone. And that is just a taste of some of these tools. So starting in a couple of weeks, August 1st, I'm actually launching a 6-month membership program. And I don't want to call it a program because it's created by the people in it. So it is called the Unstoppable You 6-month membership, and we'll be diving into exactly this kind of stuff. And it's 6 months, and there'll be a group. We'll be all together in a group contributing to each other will be playing with these tools and consistently, and so it's a very I guess supportive, empowering environment to really explore this, to really actually make that commitment to you that you are actually going to explore this, and all these areas that have been those panicky, avoiding, blank, freak out, block, challenge areas that we think are these like wrongnesses, and actually really open them up and flip it around and explore what the strengths are and what is your actual potency in all of that. Because one of the things that I have realized is that what I have thought was most wrong about me, what was most problematic about me, when I look at it from a different space and apply these amazing tools of Access Consciousness, that I've realized they're actually a greatness, they're actually a possibility, it's actually a capacity that I can use in the world and play with in the world. And when I do, gosh, life gets so much better, way more fun. And, business gets more fun, money gets more fun, like relationships get more fun, everything gets more fun. And that's what I would like for us all to be on this planet, actually enjoying ourselves. What if the purpose of life was to have fun? So there'll be more information coming. Please watch this again. Use these tools, use these questions. Please go for it, play with it. And if you'd like more, if you'd really like to be unstoppable and realize really nothing can stop you except you, please check out my Unstoppable You membership. It's at amandahollandwright.com/unstoppable. We'll put the link down in here and come play. And thank you so much for being on here, all the people listening to it now and in the future. And we'll see you around. Bye.